to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Thursday, so you know, hey, it's time for happy, healthy habits with Robin, Shimizu, and friends. How are you this morning, Robin?
Good morning, everybody. I'm just fine. So happy to be here with you guys.
Yes, and I want to say a shout out to our producer, Miss Francine Gregory, and my partner, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And I'm Tara Lena from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So today, Robin's got several guests, and I'm going to give her the honor of introducing them. But guys, I highly suggest that you sit back, relax, hydrate, and get ready to have an exciting conversation about health. How you doing?
So this morning, we are so honored. We have two beautiful guests with us. We have Jill Weston, I call her Guru. She laughs at me every time I say that. And then we also have Dr. Tanisha Dandridge, who I think has been on the show last year. It's been a while. We talked about this last night or yesterday, right, Tanisha? Um, but she is an acupuncturist, and I want her to explain to everybody what is acupuncture, why is it good for us, and take out some of the mystery from it. And then she also has a special treat for us today. She's going to teach us a little bit about ear seeds. Is that correct, Dr. Dandridge? So with
Ears.
that, I would like air seeds. So with that, I would like Dr. Dandridge to, and Jill, for you guys to introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Tell us how you got into what you do, and just let us learn a little bit about more about you, and so we can learn about acupuncture today.
Okay, Jill, you want to start?
Good morning, Mary. Can you hear me okay? We can't hear Robin.
Okay, all right, we can hear. Okay, we can hear you fine. Robin, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I
Yes.
can
Great.
hear everybody.
Well, good. We're asking you to introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do. So we'll start with Jill, and
Okay.
then Jill, you can introduce Doc, and then Doc, you can introduce yourself. Okay, how about we do it that way? And
That
me.
works. That works. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us at Biz Chicks on Healthy, Happy Thursday. My name is Jill Weston, and I own Breathing Space here in Elk Grove, and I help people calm their chaos through yoga nidra, meditation, and mindfulness.
Mhm.
And that is how I met Dr. Tanisha. And she initially started doing acupuncture on me. I had a couple different issues going on. At that time, she had a clinic here in Sacramento, and we have grown to be close friends, colleagues. Um, we help each other out in business practices. So I called her and said, "Hey, do you want to be on live TV and spread the word about acupuncture?" And also something she's been doing recently called ear seeding.
Mhm.
So we're again close colleagues in helping to bring wellness to the community. And so I talked her into getting up early this morning, coming in, so that she could share. She has just amazing knowledge. So I did say, I said, Tanisha, you're really, really bright. She has her PhD in acupuncture.
Oh my
So
goodness.
I did ask her, I was like, keep it brief so that most of us could understand it because I think it's brilliant. So she's going to just give an overview of acupuncture and ear seeding. And this is my friend, Dr. Tanisha Dandridge.
Thank you, Jill. That was a very warm introduction. I hope I can live up to all of that. My name is Dr. Tanisha Dandridge. I've been in private practice almost 11 years. In January, it'll be 11 years. I have a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate in acupuncture and oriental medicine. I just finished my doctorate last year. Um, and one of the things that came out of doing my doctorate is a real desire to teach and to get people to understand more about why Chinese medicine should be kind of a normal part of your day. And I felt responsible to be able to give people tools that they could use as a regular part of the day, especially as the conversation, particularly in this country, has circled back around to the effects of chronic toxic stress. It's like, well, what do we have for that? that's easy to do with Chinese medicine? And the answer is ear seeds. You know, anybody can do it. It's really easy, and it's great for helping to mitigate the effects of lots of daily stress, which we kind
Hmm.
of are addicted to in this country. So that's my short.
Okay. Tell us more. Okay, so
Okay.
what does the earseed do, and why would we want to practice that?
Well,
You said it reduces stress. I got that part, and I thank you for talking to me in English because sometimes when you talk about your own occupations, we get into a lot of jargon sometimes, and we don't even realize that we've fallen over into that. So I did get the essence, which my understanding was it's going to reduce stress. Is that
yeah.
correct?
So yes, and so one of the great things about Chinese medicine is its capacity to treat the body overall, right? And to
Mm-hmm.
bring the body into balance without having to necessarily always take something. So of course there's needles and acupuncture, which some people really freak out about, but something that's a little more, benign and easy to do is a sticker, right? Like we all have an inner 5-year-old they can get down with the sticker. So these are ear seeds. It's literally a sticker.
Ah, I can
and
relate to that.
and you can peel off this tiny little sticker, right?
Mhm.
And then you can stick it in an ear. So since Jill's sitting next to me, I'm gonna put her on a spot and we'll put a sticker in her ear.
Oh,
So you
perfect.
just there you go, just doop. And that spot is called Shenmen. And Shenmen is a highly studied acupuncture point, and there are research articles that show that sticking that one little bead in your ear can greatly reduce things like anxiety. And it works by bringing your fight, flight, and freeze offline and singing you back down into rest and digest. So, like in medical jargon, that's like your sympathetic and your parasympathetic. And acupuncture is really great for getting that fight, flight, and freeze offline. Most people don't realize that they live every day and that go, 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 go. That is fight, flight, and freeze. That's your body running away from the grizzly bear.
Uh-huh.
But the grizzly bear for Americans is the constant texting and the emailing and the Facebooking and the person
Ah.
you off, and when you're driving, and that rude person in the store, and the kid who won't stop screaming, and the spouse you kind of want to right?
Whatever the last draw is. They say you get
Whatever
on my
the last
last nerve.
So we're constantly facing that last nerve, but there's nothing to run away from. It's our daily life. So I want to teach everybody, and I want to start off kind of with the people who can touch large numbers of people. So your yoga providers,
Yes, yes.
your teachers who can get a hold of children, because we're having the conversation of what does toxic stress do to children, and how long term this leads to long term disabilities with your immune system and your mental health, and making you more prone to things like obesity and hypertension.
Mm.
And we're having this conversation because of things like the ACEs study, and we're having more of these
And
conversations.
explain ACEs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
So
I was going to ask her to back up.
it's
I
going
was
so
going to ask.
good. So the ACEs study is the Adverse Childhood Experience Survey. And
Oh,
it was a list of really simple questions like, have your parents ever had a divorce? Did you grow up with violence in your home? Has anyone ever been incarcerated? So these very simple little questions, uh, the more of them that you can say yes to, the more likely that you're going to be an adult with things like mental health issues, anxiety, depression, PTSD, right? The more likely you're going to be an adult who faces issues with things like hypertension, diabetes, and other metabolic disorders, i.e., something's wrong with the way your body is attempting to process. You're more likely to have autoimmune issues like different inflammations that can occur in the body. So, the more of these things that you can say yes to, the more likely that you grew up with too much stress and now your body is highly attuned to just kind of be stressed out all the time. Well, the problem with being in fight, flight, and freeze is that the rest of your body systems don't work. So your digestion doesn't work when you're in fight, flight, and freeze. Your immune system is not working when you're in fight, flight, and freeze. Your reproductive organs are not working when you're in fight, flight, and freeze. Your circulatory system is not working properly when you're in fight, flight, and freeze. You can't access the higher regions of your brain because, if you got to run away from a grizzly bear, you can't do calculus. Like, you just got to get out the way of the grizzly bear. We can worry about calculus later. So I want to be able to give people something to help to pull them out of that constant tension that most of us live under, and kids definitely live under this. And so if you're a daycare provider, a massage therapist, or a nail technician, or if you're a minister of, pick a congregation, or, whatever kind of religious leader, if you are a nurse or a licensed clinical social worker, or just whatever, if you have access to a large number of people because you're popular, if you could just give everybody just a little quick dot in their ear, is it going to erase the 10,001 different stresses that you feel during the day? No, it's not going to take them away. But what it does do is give your body the capacity to be able to access the happy hormones a little bit better in the body, your dopamine, your serotonin, your natural endorphins, so that you can calm down and bring the body back down into rest and digest. And it's just a sticker. Right. So if you combine that with other healing therapies like yoga nidra, it really helps to send the body down and to rest and digest. If you're combining that with self-care like massage therapy or getting your nails done, or if you're having a 5-minute meditation, everybody can't necessarily always calm down in that 5 or 10 minutes, or during yoga or doing massage or doing tai chi or doing breathing techniques. But if you're forcing the brain to have to access your rest and digest part of your nervous system, then it will help you to be able to access it more often. And then because it's a sticker, right, you can leave it in for like 3 to 5 days. So for 3 to 5 days, you have something that's constantly telling your body, rest and digest, rest and digest, rest and digest, take a breath, calm down, rest and digest. And I want to give that to people, since especially in this day and age, everybody wants to do it themselves. So that's ear seeds, like in a nutshell. And that's acupuncture, like on a microcosm. Because acupuncture is great for treating, unfortunately, like almost everything. I am a general practitioner. So my clients include everything from people with digestive disturbances, whether it's nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, Crohn's, IBS, people who want to get pregnant. I help with flipping breech babies. I help with horrible menstrual cycles and headaches, any kind of pain, back pain, wrist pain, knee pain. I had an old whatever injury pain. I'm just older and I have arthritis pain. Acupuncture is wonderful for hypertension and diabetes and so many other things. And a lot of that is simply by being able to allow the body to access that parasympathetic, that rest and digest, so that the body can get back on track.
Wow. What is in this sticker? I'm just like, hey, wait a minute.
A sticker, like I swear, it's a sticker, and the name of the seed is called a Vicaria seed. And so it's just a tiny little dot. There's nothing in it. There's no medications, there's no drugs, there's no chemicals, there's no nothing. It's essentially acupressure. It's working on the principles of acupressure. Then you're going to have this constant stimulus to this one point for 3 to 5 days. So I teach a class to just kind of give people some basic protocols of, this is a way that you can help your community deal with toxic stress. Is it going to solve your hypertension and your depression, or is it going to solve your back pain and all those different things? No. But if your body has the ability to at least access all of those resources, i.e. your immune system, cutting all of these organ systems back online, getting access to your higher brain functions, then your body can begin to figure those things out better. But if you can't calm down, you literally cannot heal.
Wow. Okay.
And Terry, it's really easy. The ear seeds, Tanisha can speak more to this. You don't even have to touch them at all. There's no, even if you rub them too much, you actually irritate. So it's just a gentle reminder that you might press on them, which is also a reminder to breathe. It's a reminder of, what do I have in my ear? What does it do? Oh, it's relaxing me down, and then it goes to work on its own. So just like when we talk sometimes about yoga nidra or even a simple breath, it's a pretty, it is inexpensive, easy way to bring yourself back to a state of calm. Same
Mindfulness.
with this. It's a little ear seed. Tanisha may or may not talk about pricing. It's not expensive at all to do,
No,
and you
it's
can
cheap.
do it yourself. If you forget to press gently or touch on the ear seed, it still works. Just like breathing, if you can stop and breathe, it still works. And Tanisha can talk a little bit too for men or women or whoever that likes a little glitter. This one is just a simple brown, but they have beautiful colors. There's different places that you can put them. So I really love the ear seeds.
I love the ear seeds because you can decorate them. So I have some of the ones that I've decorated. I didn't bring the blingy ones, sorry, but they come with little crystals on them. So if you want an ugly piece of surgical tape, because that's kind of what it is, it's surgical tape. Like you can decorate them. I'm trying to get that out of the glare. Right. So I have like little stamps so that you can stamp them, or if you need to make them darker, then you can color them with a non-toxic marker. If you want to make them sparkle, there are some that have like glitter sparkles on them. Like you can do anything. So this is technically even good for children because
I was about to say,
if you can get a kid that can sit down for a 6-hour class so that you can figure out what's happening, and you can, right? There are breaks in between. That anybody can do this. Like this is not hard. And if you mess it up, it doesn't matter because it's a sticker. You're not putting anybody in danger. And then once you have it in, like I don't know how your life is, but like I know I have those moments where I'm like, oh my God, just breathe. Right? You might be driving. You can't stop and do like yoga nidra while you're driving. But I need to calm down because this guy like nearly took my car out. Right? And I can just rub on these various points in my ear. So it works really wonderfully. It works really wonderfully, like regardless of what kind of situation that you're in. So it works at the grocery store. It works when you're cooking. It works if you need to go to sleep and you can't wake the baby and you can't go do an entire routine. It works on, it works no matter what. And that's the reason why I wanted to go ahead and start teaching people how to do ear seeds on their own, because people should be able to engage in their own wellness and their own self-care, and they should be able to mix lots of different health modalities. So you should be able to mix it with yoga and with Tai Chi and with massage and with going outside and forest bathing or sitting with your feet in some water, like whatever it is, you should be able to mix multiple modalities like you do with sound healing, like you do with essential oils, like you do with whatever. So I want to just help people bring Chinese medicine into their daily lives.
Okay. This is wonderful. It sounds very simplistic, ladies.
There's a lot of complicated science behind it, but it's easy in the short run.
I see some comments over here. I just want to say hi to Janice Jordan. Janice is watching, and I want to say hi to Jay. Hey, Jay, how you doing? They have some comments over here. Jay says, yes, people are so stressed, they're programmed to just go, 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 which is one of the things that Jill and you talk about all the time. We need to just stop for a moment and breathe. And then Robin says, some people don't acknowledge or know how much they're enduring. Because we're constantly in go mode.
That is true.
Janice says, I don't have stress. I've outsourced mine too, Janice. I outsourced mine to Jesus. I just tell him, look, you got mail. Okay. And then Robin says, how do we learn more about these seeds and where do we get them?
Okay, so I teach a class every couple of months. The next one's coming up November 2nd, and it will be here at Jill's. It has a maximum capacity of like 15 people because that is as many as I can deal with at one time. The class is $100 right now, and it's about 5 hours long. So there's a didactic portion in the beginning so that you can know the science of why you're doing what you're doing. And then there's a hand-on portion after a little bit of lunch so that you can get comfortable with applying the ear seeds, taking them off, and knowing exactly where these points need to be. And then afterwards, I hold like a couple of practice sessions for people who feel like they need a little additional help before they go out and they start doing this for the community. I show people how you can literally go online and buy ear seeds. You don't need to ever come to my class. You can go on Amazon and buy ear seeds, but you won't know exactly what it is that you're doing or why it is that you're doing it, or if you're quite putting the seeds where you're supposed to put them. So I show people how to buy their own supplies so they don't have to keep running back to me. It's like, I ran out of ear seeds. So they're totally available online. They're very inexpensive. Most of them are about $5 to $8 per package. And if you like the pretty crystal ones, they can be as high as $50 or $60 per package.
And how many did you say were in the package?
Depending on the packet. So there's like packets like this.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. And these are great for people who have adhesive allergies. And there's only 100, but this box cost about $6. And then there are packets that look like this. And there's about 600 of them in here. And these are, again, about $6, $7. And so when I say they're really, really economical, this is a really great thing for anybody who has tight pockets, and it's something that you can even turn into a side business if you wanted to charge. I have colleagues who charge for ear seeds. I have a colleague who charges as much as $40 for a full set of the crystal ear seed. So you can easily turn this into a modality in your business if you wanted to charge extra for it, but they're very cheap.
Gotcha. Robin, was there something you wanted to ask or say? I can hear you, and then I can talk to the ladies because they can't seem to hear you.
Well, I was wondering if someone were to take the class, the 5-hour class, then they would be able to put ear seeds like on
Terry,
their
I was going to go ahead and add to, Tanisha just briefly mentioned, you know, you can get.
Hold on, Robin's talking. Hold on, go ahead, Robin.
So anyway, I was just wondering, is after you take the 5-hour class, you'll be able to put ear seeds on your spouses or people within your family, I suppose, because you're going to be taught how to put them on. Is that correct?
Oh, okay. Robin wants to know, once you take the class, ladies, then you'll be able to put ear seeds on your family and your friends. Is that correct?
Immediately upon leaving the class, you will you get a little box. I'm going to see if I can hold this up. So the cool thing about the class that I'm teaching is that I send you out with a box. So I find these really cool, beautiful cigar boxes, and then I've been picking at it, so things have fallen apart. And then there are all of your supplies inside. So you get like a hand sanitizer, you get the stamps so that you can decorate your seeds, you get a probe so that you can find your ear seeds. You get 2 different boxes of seeds. You get the kind that's kind to people who have adhesive allergies, and you get a pack of the 600. And then inside of this little box, you get also like a stamp so that you can decorate your seeds. I send you out with enough stuff to go treat several hundred people immediately, and you'll be able to go out and practice on several hundred people immediately. I wanted this class to be something that if you would come and give me a few hours of your time and make a tiny investment, that you could go right back out and make your money. You could go right back out and treat several hundred people. You could go right back out and feel that your money was completely well spent, and so was your time. So you get everything with the class to go treat people.
So that is included in the price, Doctor?
That is included in the price. Yes,
we love it.
Next year, I will be offering continuing education units to a variety of individuals, because I really want this to go out into the working world. So right now, it's just $100, right? I bring snacks, you get everything that you need, and then come next January or February, it'll be slightly more expensive because certification processes cost money, and to do all of those things. So I want to get CEUs for nurses. I want to get CEUs for social workers. I want to get CEUs for massage therapists. Like, I just have to figure out like where all these agencies and different boards are so that I can become certified and then offer this as a class to individuals so that they can feel, they know, hey, well, this is an investment, and at least it's returning back into my professional credentialing. And then the goal also for 2020 is to kind of do this as an online class, but I'm not sure how that will work, because the first time I did this, like, I really needed to be able to be there to help correct positioning for
the sticker. Yes. Question. So Janice Jordan wants to know what's the address, and I think she means where the class will be. Is that correct, Janice? And so she's saying that the next class is going to be at the breathing space, and we can find that on Jill's website.
Yes, it will be there later this afternoon.
And we'll also link to Dr. Tanisha's website, Everyone's Place.
Okay.
Also breathing space.
All right, and I'm sure that Francine's going to put that up for us because I saw that earlier. Okay, and so is that where they register for the class, or
The
do they
class,
register?
I just hammered down the dates of November 2nd, like in the last 48-ish hours. So there'll be an Eventbrite um, address. You can buy your tickets on Eventbrite. If you want to buy them through me, you can contact through me. There'll be a link to my Facebook page. Like, it'll be highly visible and highly findable
Okay.
hopefully by the end of today.
Very good. And we will put the link to your Facebook page up in the chat also. So Janice was saying, yes, she was looking for the address to the breathing space. So all of that you can find over on Jill's Facebook page, which is under the breathing space. Am I correct, Jill?
Just breathing space.
Just
No,
breathing space. No the.
breathing space only.
Okay. Very good. Um, so Robin, you're saying you're definitely going to take the class, right?
Yeah, come take it.
I have a feeling I'm going to be there too if it works with my schedule. I'm really interested. Francine has been so gracious as to put your contact information, Tanisha, over here, Dr. Tanisha, over here in the Facebook chat.
Used to the doctor parts. Okay.
I know, but you know what? It's a blessing to be able, is what my grandmother used to say. So we're going to recognize that. Okay. Okay, so you better get used to it.
Yeah, like, the first few months after I graduated, people were like, "Hey, Dr. Dandridge," and I would just keep walking. I didn't realize that they were talking. It's like, "Oh, that's me. It's me. I'm mom now. I'm Dr. Dandridge."
We keep switching these hats. You know what I'm saying? Yep, took my mom a minute to get used to it too. So I understand that. Ladies, this has been a real eye opener for me about an economical way to take control over my stress management.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to add to that, Jill, about this class? Have you taken the class? I know you got a seed in your ear. How you feeling?
I'm good.
You look real relaxed to me.
Yes. I did take the class. Again, Tanisha and I have been friends for a while, and when she asked to do the class at my place, anyone can rent space. Excuse me, rent at Breathing Space, but I really try to have people come in that have people's best interests at heart. Everything's economical, and there's just an authentic feeling about them. So when Dr. Tanisha asked me, I said yes right away. And she said, "We're going to take the class, aren't you?" And I was like, "Well, yes, of course, because you're doing it." But from a viewpoint of being a student in the class, I learned a lot more about stress. Dr. Tanisha takes quite a bit of time. Even if you are just interested in stress, I would encourage you to come. Anyone who's hesitant, again, the ear seating is very easy. I'm very practical and hands-on. Lectures are great. Again, all of her research knowledge is great. I really like the hands-on. And so it was nice because you actually turn to another partner. She'll have you put the ear seeds on different people. There's maybe 2 or 3 different protocols. If you just use one for the simplest, most common stress, for example. So I just encourage people that Dr. Tanisha is very friendly. She's very easy to listen to. She will make sure that you are ready to go when you leave. Sometimes, unlike other courses, you've paid money, you spent the day, and you're maybe not confident. It's nice follow-up. She's available. She's very sincere about what she does, so she's available for follow-up with people as well.
Okay, I have a question. The people attending these courses, do they have to be concerned about any conditions? Like, is this okay for pregnant women to take this course? For people who are on medications?
So the story behind why I finally settled on ear seeds, I used to teach a variety of like mini retreat courses where I would teach a little bit about Chinese medicine, and they would come and relax for 2 hours. And the difference with this course is that it's great for anyone. It's great for children. It's great for old people. It's great for pregnant people. It's great for people with metabolic conditions, diabetes, hypertension, bleeding disorders. Like, whatever your thing is, 99% of the time, you're not going to have any problems with being able to use or apply ear seeds. The exception would be like if you have a raw ear, you
Mhm.
can't
Yeah,
do
an
that.
open wound. We don't put anything on open wounds.
Or if you have a latex allergy, those kinds of things, those would be the kind of conditions that would be contraindicated for this. Or, there are people, if you have like narcolepsy, this is not for you because we don't want you to be any more relaxed. It might actually exacerbate that.
Okay.
That's a really tiny list. Right?
Yes, it is.
It's a super tiny list. And I think I wanted it to be economical. I wanted it to be easy because the other national conversation that we're finally starting to have is transgenerational trauma. Like, people who've had familial histories of growing up with child abuse or domestic violence, or in this country, racism and different things that have happened to people over generations. And so
Mhm.
having this conversation of let's stop the transgenerational trauma. Let's stop sending these bad genes off to our kids, because that is the other side of the story that we're finally
Yeah.
having a conversation about, is that if you have a child after having these horrible toxic experiences that you've never dealt with, that you do pass on that information genetically via epigenetics to your children, right? And so then your children are more likely to grow up with problems, and that this can affect us for
Okay,
generations.
hold on. Wait a minute. What are epigenetics?
All right, so you
Look,
always
I'm sitting
catch
here
me.
with a couple of pieces of paper and I'm clueless. Okay.
So we have our genes, right? You have your DNA, and that's
Mhm.
what everybody has, and that
Yeah,
says that you're going to be a girl, or you're going to be a boy, and you're going to have brown hair, or you're going to have black hair, like the stuff that makes you you, right?
the genetic
But
markers. Okay.
your genetic markers. But the thing with genes is that they can have a little flair that's added to them, and you can cut these flares on and off,
Ah,
them on and off based on the way that you live your life. So, one of the most famous examples of this is a study they did with, I think it was rats or mice, rodents, right? So they took a rodent, they abused it in the presence of a smell. I think the smell was almonds, and they did this for an extended period of time, to the point where the animal was afraid of the smell of almonds because it associated it with
yeah.
abuse. When this animal went later and had children, the children who have never been abused, these little baby rodents, are now afraid of that smell of almonds because they already know that something's wrong with that smell and bad things happen around that smell. We can affect our gene expression by our diet, by our lifestyles, and even by our stress loads. And so we are discovering more and more about how we can cut these little flare pieces of genes on and off. And one of the greatest effects of that, we used to say diet, 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 diet. Well, diet is important, right? So there was the Great Potato Famine in Ireland, and they found that after the Great Potato Famine, all the children who were immediately born after that for several generations were more likely to have issues with diabetes. And that is because their body now processed sugar differently. And they got that information from their parents because they were in a famine for so long. So we don't want to continue passing on these toxic genes to our kids that are really easy to deal with. It's easy to deal with stress once you know that it's not a luxury. Dealing with stress, dealing with the chronicness of the way our go 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 lifestyle is, that's not a luxury. Like, you have to do this. Like, you have to change the oil in your car, you have to rotate your tires, you have to change your brakes, you have to deal with stress, because otherwise it's a legacy that continues. And in light of so many of the destructive, angry people that we have in this country, like, I just want people to feel better, and maybe people won't come and get needles. And I accept that after almost 11 years of doing this. I know that there are just people I cannot talk into having an acupuncture treatment. Fine. You don't have to have an acupuncture treatment. I know that there are people I cannot talk into having herbs. Great. You don't have to take herbs. But it's so harmless. It's a sticker. And if I can get a bunch of people to take a sticker, then I'm not just treating myself. I'm not just treating Jill. I'm not just treating the people who are getting the stickers, but I'm also beginning to make a drop in the bucket of the future generations, because we are really having issues as a species with the amount of toxic stress that we are living under, and it can't.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
Oh
very
my
welcome. Thank
goodness.
you for your time. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm so glad that I have friends like Jill. I was telling Robin, like, if I could have 100 Jills in my life, like, we would all be billionaires.
Welcome to the
So
biscuits.
wonderful.
So,
Right.
oh my goodness. Well, I don't want to hog the conversation. I do want to give Robin a chance to speak because I know you guys couldn't hear her, but we can hear her. So, Robin, is she frozen?
Okay. Okay. Can you guys? Okay, I'm talking.
Oh, good. Go ahead.
I want to have these two ladies back again, and I want to get to really get into the stress subject area that Dr. Dandridge and Jill work with, because I believe that stress is the beginning of all of our illnesses, and until we get that under control, we're not going to be able to get as healthy as we can be. And for instance, I want to learn about ear seeds because I have a very sick mama right now. And I want to put those ear seeds on my mom to help her through her illness. I'm just so excited about the concept of the ear seeds and how I can help my family with it. So I'm really excited about what we learned today, Dr. Dandridge and Jill. Thank you guys so much.
So Robin, I know you guys couldn't hear her, but Robin says thank you so much. She's excited because she can't wait to share this with her mother who's ill. She would love to be able to give her the benefits of this treatment. So she's looking forward to it, and she would love to have you guys back to talk about stress. We all would love to have you come back because it is a topic that we need to have more information about how to manage and
Yeah.
address. So with that, I just want to remind you guys that we love you and we want to thank you. It's just amazing. I don't know how Robin manages to come up with these wonderful guests, but if you are looking for a place to learn about yoga in a friendly way and a comfortable way, you need to check out the breathing space. Also, Jill, have you started your podcast?
Yes, I have.
You want to tell them where to find you on the podcast?
They're not published yet, but
Okay.
I started recording.
Okay, so guys, you can look forward to that and be able to sign up for that. Jill's going to be coming out with a brand new podcast, which help us with breathing and managing stress. Dr. Tanisha, we're looking forward to the workshop. So we're going to be trolling Eventbrite, waiting for that because we know space is limited. Okay. So meanwhile, guys, you want to save the date, November 2nd, for that event. And I want to say again to Robin, thank you so much for finding these wonderful guests. Tomorrow is we're going to be talking tech with the Tech Divas on the Tech Diva Weekly. So tune in because we talk tech in English, Doc. So don't be scared. Come on over and check it out and find out some wonderful things about how to do social media in a user-friendly way. Hey, Chrissy, how you doing? And so with that, we want to remind you guys, don't forget to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.